Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, which of the following statements accurately describe how the data engine process consumes memory and CPU? Option A. The data engine is designed to leverage all available CPU and memory on the machine to provide the fastest response times. Option B. The data engine is designed to conserve all available CPU and memory on the machine to provide efficient but fast response times. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which Tableau server process is being described? Responsible for monitoring various components, detecting failures, running failover when needed, must be installed on each node. Option A. Cluster controller. Option B. Application server. Option C. Ask data. Option D. Backgrounder. Option E. Cache server. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which Tableau server process is being described? Manages the data connections to Tableau server data sources. Option A. Application server. Option B. Ask data. Option C. Data server. Option D. Backgrounder. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, which of the following are situations where a user can be assigned the unlicensed role? Select all. Option A. The user assigning the role is just a site administrator and not a server administrator. Option B. A product keys has expired. Option C. The number of available licenses is reached at the time you add or import users. Option D. You import users from a CSV file and their license level is set to unlicensed. Option E. You remove a user who owns content on the site. The user will still own the content but not be able to do anything with it. Correct answer is option B, C, D and option E. Next question is, which TSM process is being described? Manages most shared files in a multi-node cluster, authentication, related certificates, keys and files, OpenID, Mutual SSL, SAML and Kerberos, and customization files. Option A. Administration controller. Option B. Client file service. Option C. Coordination service. Option D. Service manager. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, which site role is being described? Can browse and interact with published views, can subscribe to content, create data-driven alerts, open workbooks in the web authoring environment for ad hoc queries, but cannot save their work. Option A. Viewer. Option B. Creator. Option C. Explorer. Option D. Explorer can publish. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, which of the following is correct statement about running TSM commands? Option A. You must run TSM commands using command prompt and not PowerShell. Option B. You must run TSM commands using PowerShell and not command prompt. Correct answer is option A. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, if you later decide that you want to disable remote access to the Tableau server repository, which command should you run? Option A. TSM Data Access Repository Access Disable. Option B. TSM PostGRE Repository Disable. Option C. TSM Data Access Repository Access Close. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which of the following is not a correct strategy to maximize backup efficiency in Tableau server? Option A. Co-locating the data server with the administration controller node. Option B. Co-locating file store on the same node as the administration controller. Option C. Co-locating the repository PGSQL with the administration controller nodes. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, a Tableau server admin would like to automate the downloading of PDFs for several workbooks to be distributed across the company. Which Tableau server tool should be used? Option A. TSM. Option B. Tab CMD. Option C. Tab Admin. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, enabling the guest user for a site can increase the number of potential simultaneous viewers beyond the user list you might be expecting. Which Tableau server administrative view should you use to monitor the activity? Option A. Traffic to views. Option B. Performance of views. Option C. Stats for load times. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, Windows Performance Monitor PerfMon, which is included with Windows Server, is used to gather detailed information about the performance of Tableau server. Which performance counter category is being described in the paragraph below? The percentage of processing capacity being used by a particular process and the amount of memory reserved for the process. Option A. Process. Option B. Memory. Option C. Processor information. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, several cloud-hosted data sources always require extracts. Select all the listed data sources below that have this requirement. Option A. Open Data Protocol OData. Option B. Salesforce.com. Option C. Google Analytics. Option D. Snowflake. Correct answer is option A, B and option C. Next question is, when revision history is turned on and then off in Tableau server, saved revisions are still retained and new versions overwrite the latest version. What happens when revision history is turned on once again? Option A. Version numbering starts from the last, most recent saved revision. Option B. Version numbering starts from the earliest saved version. Correct answer is option A. Next question is true or false. Schedules for the same workbook will always run serially even if you set this option to parallel. Option A true, option B false. Correct answer is option A true. Next question is true or false. Data-driven alerts in Tableau Server, Tableau Online can be configured based on dimensional criteria. Example, send an email alert when sales category is equal to furniture. Option A true, option B false. Correct answer is option B false. Next question is a Tableau server admin would like to see how many users signed in to Tableau server over the past 24 hours. Which administrative view would contain this information? Option A. Traffic to views. Option B. Actions by all users. Option C. Actions by specific user. Option D. Actions by recent users. Correct answer is option D. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, which Tableau server tool functionality should be used to perform the following tasks? Initial configuration of Tableau server after installation, ongoing configuration management, including editing settings and changing the server topology. Option A. Tab CMD. Option B. TSM. Option C. Tab Admin. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, which of the following logging labels are listed in decreasing order in terms of amount of information logged? Option A. Trace debug info. Option B. Trace fatal info. Option C. Off error debug. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, to help your users find the data that's trusted and recommended for their type of analysis, you can certify the data that complies with your organization's data standards. Which site roles have the capability to certify data in Tableau server? Select all. Option A. Explorer can publish site role and the project leader capability. Option B. Creator site role and the project leader capability. Option C. Server administrator. Option D. Creator site role. Correct answer is option A, B and option C. Next question is, in which of the following scenarios will Tableau server prioritize a particular background job with the highest priority? Option A. A job with the highest priority number. Option B. A job that a user initiated manually using Run Now. Option C. A job that is already in process. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, prior to sending Tableau desktop log files to Tableau technical support, An essential first step is to create clean logs. Which option below best describes the correct course of action for this initial step? Option A. In the My Tableau repository folder, delete the current logs folder to create a clean state and save space. Option B. In the My Tableau repository folder, rename the current logs folder to logs_backup. This effectively archives the outdated logs and will force Tableau Desktop to create a new and clean logs folder. Option C. In the My Tableau repository folder, transfer the current logs folder to another temporary location in your local machine. Correct answer is option B. Next question is select all the ways in which extracts can be refreshed manually in Tableau server. Option A. In the Tableau server web UI on the schedules page by clicking Actions Run Now. Option B. From the command line using the TSM Refresh Extract Now command. Option C. From the command line using the tab cmd refresh extracts command. Option D. From the command line using the tsm refresh extracts command. Correct answer is option A and option C. Next question is which protocol does the Tableau server REST API use to manage and change Tableau server resources programmatically? Option A. SSL. Option B. FTP. Option C. HTTP. Correct answer is option C. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. Question is, select all of the relevant metadata that is contained inside a Tableau server published data source. Option A. Connection information live vs.extract. Option B. Formula calculations. Option C. Sets and groups. Option D. Data access and refresh instructions. Option E. Custom field formatting. Option F. Custom shapes and logos inside a workbook. Correct answer is option A, B, C, D and option E. Next question is, there is a file size limit of 5 MB when packaging and sending logs to Tableau technical support. Select all the correct alternative methods below to send large log files of Tableau technical support. Option A. Use the TSM Wave interface to upload the log file. Option B. Use the customer portal to upload the log file. Option C. Use the secure file transfer site to upload the log file. Option D. Use tab cmd to upload the log file. Correct answer is option A, B and option C. Next question is fill in the blanks. By default, Tableau Server, Tableau Services Manager (TSM) and Tableau Server log events at the label blank space. Option A. Warn. Option B. Debug. Option C. Trace. Option D. Info. Correct answer is option D. Next question is true or false. Updates to a published data source flow to all connected workbooks, but only when the workbook is published to the server. Option A, false. Option B, true. Correct answer is option A, false. Next question is which of the following options below best describe the correct steps to be undertaken when an organization wants to change its identity store from local authentication to Active Directory or vice versa. Option A. Perform a full uninstall, including manual deletion of directories, and then reinstall Tableau Server once again. Option B. Refer to the REST API developer documentation for pre-built scripts that will automate this process for you. Option C. Run the tsm command tsm configuration set to update the authentication mechanism and then restart your Tableau server using tsm restart to update the settings. Correct answer is option A. Next question is which of the following information is not present in the background dashboard administrative view? Option A. Duration of Tableau prep flow run jobs. Option B. When backgrounder is busy or overloaded. Option C. The time it takes for each job to run. Correct answer is option A. Next question is true or false. Schedules that run in parallel run on only one backgrounder process, while schedule that is run on serial mode run using all available backgrounder process. Option A, true. Option B, false. Correct answer is option B, false. Next question is true or false. Before you add URL parameters, you have to add this at the end of the URL, since this creates a view counter for your current browser session. Option A, false. Option B, true. Correct answer is option A, false. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, what type of account is required if an organization uses a core-based license on Tableau server, which allows people to view Tableau dashboards embedded in web pages without having to sign in to the server? Option A, third-party viewer. Option B, unlicensed. Option C, restricted viewer. Option D, guest user. Correct answer is option D. Next question is true or false. If you use Tableau online instead of an on-prem installation of Tableau server, all supported drivers are already available to data sources published to your Tableau online site. Option A, false. Option B, true. Correct answer is option B, true. Next question is which Tableau desktop license management tool allows you to configure Tableau desktop to automatically deactivate a license after a predetermined period of time. This method is meant to satisfy use cases where non-persistent VMs have to be recycled without deactivating an installed Tableau. Option A. Desktop license. Option B. Tableau desktop reporting. Option C. Virtual desktop support. Option D. Login-based license users report. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, when working with the Tableau server REST API, which of the following HTTP verb must be used to request this particular action? Update existing resources such as updating a user's password, updating permissions, or changing a workbook owner. Option A. Write. Option B. Post. Option C. Put. Option D. Place. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, because Tableau Online is a SaaS analytics platform, Tableau monitors the infrastructure and operations. However, Tableau Online deployments still have monitoring tasks. Where do you subscribe to get updates via email, text, and Atom feed when Tableau creates updates or resolves an incident? Option A. Tableau Secure. Option B. Tableau Trust. Option C. Tableau Notice. Option D. Tableau Notifications. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, a user has described the following issues that he is witnessing in Tableau server. A blank of list of sites when the user logs in, a blank list of projects in the site, unexpected or inaccurate alerts. Option A. Based on the symptoms described, what should you do? Sorry, this is also question. Based on the symptoms described, what should you do? We are taking options from B, C, D, E. Option B. Move the WizQL process to another worker node. Option C. Rebuild the search and browse index. Option D. Failover to the passive repository. Option E. Reset the elastic load balancer that points to the gateway. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, Tableau server logs contain information that is useful for troubleshooting and determining the status of its processes. Select all the correct contents of a Tableau server log files. Option A. IP addresses and ports. Option B. Extract files within bracket dot hyper. Option C. Names of database servers. Option D. User passwords. Option E. Underlying data of the views. Correct answer is option A and option C. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Question is, which TSM command generates a zipped archive of log files which also includes the PostGRE SQL repository data if the D command is specified. Option A. TSM maintenance get zip logs. Option B. Tab CMD zip logs. Option C. TSM create zip logs. Option D. TSM maintenance zip logs. Option E. TSM maintenance logs. Correct answer is option D. Next question is, in order to archive the outdated logs and force Tableau desktop to create a new and clean logs folder, which steps must be performed? Select all the correct options. Option A. Keep Tableau desktop and Tableau Bridge instances open on the computer. Option B. In the My Tableau repository folder, rename the current logs folder to logs_backup. Option C. In the My Tableau repository folder, delete the current logs folder. Option D. Close all Tableau desktop and Tableau Bridge instances on the computer. Correct answer is option B and option D. Next question is, if you are installing Tableau server in a non-default location on a different drive, then you will need to configure permissions on the installation folder for Run as Service account as well as these predefined local accounts. Select all the correct options. Option A. Config. Option B. Network service. Option C. System. Option D. Local service. Correct answer is option B, C and option D. Next question is, select the correct statement that describes the impact of logging levels on performance. Option A. Increasing the log level of fatal or error increases the amount of information being logged and can have a significant impact to performance. Option B. Increasing the log level to warm increases the amount of information being logged and can have a significant impact to performance. Option C. Increasing the log level to debug or trace increases the amount of information being logged and can have a significant impact to performance. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, select all the correct statement about receiving the HTTP 401 not authorized error. Option A. You may have configured Tableau server to use Kerberos. Option B. If your web server uses SSPI, you do not need to set up trusted authentication. Option C. You may have configured Tableau server to use Active Directory with SSPI. Option D. If your web server uses SSPI, you still need to set up trusted authentication. Correct answer is option B and option C. Next question is, an admin came across this error in Windows Event Viewer. Error sending email, can't send command to SMTP host. What is a potential solution to this problem? Option A. Configure your SMTP server to use encrypted SSL sessions. Option B. Upgrade the users to an Explorer license so that they can receive notifications. Option C. Change your SMTP connections setting to unencrypted. Correct answer is option C. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. Question is, select the valid ways to open a Tableau support case. Option A. Submit a case to Tableau support using the customer portal. Option B. Sign in to the developer community and submit a case. Option C. Go to the support site at tableau.com/support. Option D. Contact Tableau Consulting Services. Correct answer is option A and option C. Next question is, which of the following is not a recommended course of action when investigating Tableau server issues with respect to log files? Option A. Create an archive of the logs. Option B. Clean up existing log files to reduce their size. Option C. Review the TSM administration controller log. Option D. Set the initial logging label at the most granular detail, always to collect more data points. Option E. Reproduce the issue you are troubleshooting so the logs capture the events related to the problem. Correct answer is option D. Next question is, for all Active Directory scenarios, which run as service account type should be used? Option A. Network service. Option B. Domain user account. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, which TSM command should you run to rebuild the search index and reset the search server back to a clean state? Option A. TSM maintenance rebuild index. Option B. TSM maintenance reset search index. Option C. TSM maintenance reset search server. Option D. TSM maintenance rebuild search. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, which two commands should you run to free up disk space on your machine so that you can upgrade Tableau server successfully? Option A. TSM maintenance zip logs and TSM maintenance obliterate. Option B. TSM maintenance logs and TSM maintenance clear. Option C. TSM maintenance zip logs and TSM maintenance cleanup. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, a user is complaining that he can't see images in the subscription email. Select all the correct statements to enable this functionality. Option A. User must have download summary data permissions. Option B. User must have view permissions. Option C. User must have download image PDF permissions. Option D. User must have at least an Explorer license. Correct answer is option B and option C. Next question is, there is a 5 MB file size limit on log files that can be sent to Tableau technical support. Which of the following are special options that can be used to send large files to Tableau technical support. Select all. Option A. Use the Tableau server REST API to programmatically generate and send the logs. Option B. Use the secure file transfer site for files 2 GB to 10 GB in size. Option C. Use the customer portal and upload the file. Option D. Use the TSM Wave interface. Option E. Use the TSM CLI command TSM maintenance send logs. Correct answer is option B, C, D and option E. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, which run as service account type should be used in the following scenario? A single server deployment of Tableau server uses local authentication. Workbooks uploaded to Tableau server all include extract data. Option A. Network service. Option B. Domain user account. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which TSM command should you run before migrating a site? In order to detect issues with site content such as workbooks and data sources that will cause a site import to fail. Option A. TSM maintenance validate resources. Option B. TSM maintain validate content. Option C. TSM maintenance validate content. Option D. TSM maintain validate resources. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, fill in the blanks. By default, a subscription is suspended after consecutive subscription failures. Option A 4. Option B 3. Option C 5. Option D 1. Option E 2. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, a user is complaining that she cannot see the subscription icon that typically resides in the upper right corner of the Tableau server UI. Which of the following reasons below is not a plausible explanation for this? Option A. Tableau server is configured using SAML authentication. Option B. No subscription have been scheduled. Option C. Tableau server is configured using Kerberos authentication. Option D. Tableau server is configured for trusted authentication. Option E. The view uses a live database connection, so it's not available for subscription. Correct answer is option A and option C. Next question is true or false. Even if you have already entered the trusted wave servers when configuring trusted authentication, you must still verify that the IP addresses or host names are entered correctly. Option A true. Option B false. Correct answer is option A true. Next question is, a Tableau server user received an error message that states The view snapshot in this email could not be properly rendered. Which of the following reasons below is not a plausible reason for this? Option A. The underlying database is temporarily down. Option B. The user's view permissions capability has been set to deny. Option C. The backgrounder process timed out. Option D. Missing or out-of-date credentials. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, a user is trying to access an embedded dashboard on a web portal, but the visualization is not showing up. Which of the following options is the most plausible root cause for this? Option A. The gateway process in Tableau server is down. Option B. The user's browser is set to block second-party cookies. Option C. The user's browser is set to block first-party cookies. Option D. The user's browser is set to block third-party cookies. Option E. WizQL is down and cannot render the visualization properly. Correct answer is option D. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. Question is, in some instances, Tableau server license activation may fail. If you encounter this situation, what is the first thing that you need to do to try to resolve this issue? Option A. Confirm that you can access the licensing server. Option B. Verify FlexNet licensing service has started. Option C. Force the product key to be read again. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, true or false? A backup from a server using Active Directory authentication can be restored to a server initialized with local authentication, provided that the appropriate settings have been configured. Option A. True. Option B. False. Correct answer is option A. True. Next question is, what is the file format of a Tableau server bootstrap file? Option A. JSON. Option B. XML. Option C. AVRO. Option D. Parquet. Option E. ORC. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, how many types of backup data does Tableau server generate? Option A. 2. Option B. 3. Option C. 4. Option D. 5. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, when this particular process is configured external to Tableau server, you cannot use the TSM maintenance backup command to backup Tableau server data. Which process is being described here? Option A. File store. Option B. Cache server. Option C. Cluster controller. Option D. TSM controller. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, select all the types of backup data generated by the TSM maintenance backup command. Option A. Workbook metadata. Option B. Extract.tde or .hyper files. Option C. Coordination service configuration for a multi-node cluster. Option D. Customization settings. Example, headers, logos. Option E. Certificate files, key files, key tab files. Option F. PostGRE SQL database. Correct answer is option B and option F. Next question is fill in the blanks. Configuration and topology data is backed up with the command. Option A. TSM settings export. Option B. TSM site config export. Option C. TSM server config export. Option D. TSM settings backup. Correct answer is option A. Next question is select all the types of backup data generated by the TSM settings export command. Option A. SMTP alerting configuration data. Option B. Tableau server topology data. Option C. Workbook metadata. Option D. Extract.tde or .hyper files. Correct answer is option A and option B. Next question is what does the D option do in the TSM maintenance backup command? Option A. Appends the current date to the backup file name. Option B. Allow you to hard code a date to the backup file name. Option C. Ensures that the backup file cannot be deleted by non-admins. Correct answer is option A. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, which command should you run to enable the Tableau metadata API for the Tableau server? Option A. TSM maintenance metadata services enable. Option B. TSM maintenance metadata API enable. Option C. TSM maintenance metadata services API enable. Correct answer is option A. Next question is which of the following backup assets require a manual process since they are not backed up by TSM? Select all. Option A. Authentication related assets such as certificate files, key tab files. Option B. Customization settings. Example, custom headers, logos. Option C. Coordination service deployment configuration. Option D. The public certificate and private key for the internal PostGRE SQL database. Correct answer is option A, B and option C. Next question is if you want to generate a list of licenses that are activated on your Tableau server deployment, which TSM command should you run? Option A. TSM licenses list. Option B. TSM licenses get. Option C. TSM list licenses. Correct answer is option A. Next question is high availability deployment. In order to be HA, you must install Tableau server on at least 3 nodes. What is the primary reason for this? Option A. The primary reason for this is that Tableau server relies on the concept of a quorum to determine if the cluster is in a consistent state to protect against network partitioning problems. Option B. The primary reason is that two nodes are simply not enough from a compute power perspective to shoulder all the load in a HA deployment. Correct answer is option A. Next question is select the correct statement that pertain to static and dynamic IP addresses when running Tableau server. Option A. For a single node installation of Tableau server, a static IP address must be used. Option B. For a single node installation of Tableau server, a dynamic IP address must be used. Option C. For a multi-node installation of Tableau server, a static IP address must be used. Option D. For a multi-node installation of Tableau server, a dynamic IP address must be used. Correct answer is option A and option C. Next question is what is the minimum number of Tableau server nodes required to satisfy high availability HA requirements? Option A 6, option B 4, option C 3, option D 2, option E 8. Correct answer is option C. Next question is which Tableau server process is being described? Runs server tasks including extract, refreshes, subscriptions, run now tasks, tasks initiated from tab CMD. Option A backgrounder. Option B application server. Option C ask data. Option D cache server. Correct answer is option A. Next question is select the incorrect statement about the default configuration rule for the following Tableau server processes. Option A VIZQL equal to the number of cores divided by 4 up to a maximum of 4 process instances. Option B VIZQL equal to the number of cores divided by 4 up to a maximum of 6 process instances. Option C backgrounder set to 2 unless the number of cores is fewer than 8. Option D data server set to 2 unless the number of cores is fewer than 8. Correct answer is option B. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. Question is select all the correct statement about guest user access in Tableau server. Option A guest users can interact with Tableau views only. Option B. To share views with guest users, provide them a generic and secure guest user username and password. Option C. Both core-based and user-based licensing offer guest user access capabilities. Option D. Guest user access is enabled by default. with a core-based license, but it is not available with user-based licenses. Option E. To share views with guest users, either provide URL links or embed views into web pages. Option F. Guest users can interact with Tableau views and browse through the Tableau server UI in a limited capacity. Correct answer is option A, D, and option E. Next question is select the correct statement about the TSM controller process. Option A. There can only be one instance of TSM controller in the entire cluster. Option B. Also referred to as the administration controller. Option C. Responsible for rendering static images on Tableau server. Option D. Hosts the TSM REST API for configuring Tableau server. Correct answer is option A, B, and option D. Next question is which Tableau server process is being described? This is a web server that handles all requests to Tableau server from browsers, Tableau desktop, and other clients. Option A. Gateway. Option B. Application server. Option C. Ask data. Option D. Backgrounder. Correct answer is option A. Next question is which of the following processes listed are single-threaded? Select all. Option A. Gateway. Option B. Cluster controller. Option C. Cache server. Option D. Backgrounder. Correct answer is option A, C, and option D. Next question is true or false. If you will be using SSL, then the port must be 443 because Tableau server does not support other ports for SSL. Option A. True. Option B. False. Correct answer is option A. True. Next question is which two processes do not display on the Tableau server status page but are indicated in the Tableau Services Manager TSM status page in the UI? Option A. License server. Option B. Cluster controller. Option C. Ask data. Option D. TSM controller. Correct answer is option A and option D. Next question is which of the following is the correct statement that describes the concept of licensed and unlicensed processes in Tableau server? Option A. If you have a core-based Tableau server license, the course on any node with both unlicensed and licensed process will count against the total count of licensed cores. Option B. If you have a core-based Tableau server license, the course on any node with a licensed process will count against the total count of licensed cores. Correct answer is option B. Next question is fill in the blanks. If you are adding Tableau Prep Conductor to your Tableau server installation, it is recommended that you add a second node and dedicate this to running Tableau Server Prep Conductor. This node should have a minimum of cores 8 vCPUs and GB of RAM. Option A. 4 cores and 16 GB of RAM. Option B. 4 cores and 32 GB of RAM. Option C, 8 cores and 32 GB of RAM. Option D, 8 cores and 64 GB of RAM. Correct answer is option A. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, select all the ways in which you can view your Tableau server's process status. Option A, in the TSM CLI using the command tsm proc status. Option B, in the TSM CLI using the command tsm status v. Option C, in the TSM status page in the Wave UI. Option D, in the Tableau server status page in the Wave UI. Correct answer is option B, C and option D. Next question is, which command should you run to verify your SMTP connection? Option A, TSM SMTP test connection email. Option B, TSM SMTP test email connection. Option C, TSM email SMTP connection test. Option D, TSM email test SMTP connection. Correct answer is option D. Next question is, which of the following listed items are stored in the client file service? Select all. Option A, authentication keys. Option B, customization files. Option C, authentication related certificates. Option D, .twbx files. Correct answer is option A, B and option C. Next question is, as defined in the end user license agreement, how many total activations of the same key are allowed for a Tableau server license? Option A, 3. Option B, 1. Option C, 2. Option D, 5. Option E, 4. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which of the following reasons would lead you to use extracts as the preferred method over live connections? Select all. Option A, you are prototyping on a small set of data. Option B, you need to work with data consolidated from multiple sources. Option C, you need offline access to the data. Option D, you have a database dedicated to servicing Tableau server analysis. Correct answer is option A, B and option C. Next question is, which of the following statements below accurately describe the effect of antivirus software on Tableau server? Option A, including Tableau server folders and subfolders in antivirus scanning will improve server performance. Option B, scanning the Tableau server log files only will improve performance. Option C, including Tableau server folders and subfolders in an antivirus scanning will improve server performance. Correct answer is option A. Next question is select all the TSM processes that will continue to run even when Tableau server is stopped. Option A, cache server. Option B, licensing service. Option C, coordination service. Option D, administration controller. Option E, client file service. Option E, administration agent. Correct answer is option B, C, D and option F. Next question is which Tableau server process is being described? Tableau server's librarian handles fast index search, filter, retrieval, and display of content metadata on the server. Option A, ask data. Option B, backgrounder. Option C, gateway. Option D, search and browse. Option E, application server. Correct answer is option D. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, which of the following statements correctly describe Tableau Services Manager (TSM)? Option A, TSM processes are administrative services which manage Tableau server processes. When Tableau server is offline, TSM processes stops as well. Option B, TSM processes are administrative services which manage Tableau server processes. TSM processes run continuously after TSM is initialized, even when the rest of Tableau server is offline. Correct answer is option B. Next question is which of the following statements about Tableau server site roles are correct? Select all. Option A. In a multi-site environment on Tableau server, a user license applies to only the primary site the user is a member of. Option B. In a multi-site environment, you can assign different site roles for one user. Example, Explorer site role in one site, Viewer site role is another. Option C. In a multi-site environment, you assign site roles that need to be consistently applied on both sides. Option D. In a multi-site environment on Tableau server, a user license applies to all sites the user is a member of. Correct answer is option B and option D. Next question is which of the following processes are not licensed? Select all. Option A, backgrounder. Option B, cache server. Option C, cluster controller. Option D, data engine. Option E, ask data. Option E, application server. Correct answer is option B, C and option D. Next question is which TSM process is being described? Based on Apache Zookeeper, it serves as the source of truth regarding server topology, configuration, and state. Option A, coordination service. Option B, client file service. Option C, administration agent. Option D, administration controller. Correct answer is option A. Next question is which Tableau server process is being described? Handles the web application, handles REST API calls, supports browsing and searching. Option A, cache server. Option B, ask data. Option C, application server. Option D, backgrounder. Correct answer is option C. Next question is if you install Tableau server on multiple nodes, you must also install drivers on any node that runs any of the following processes. Select all. Option A, VIZQL. Option B, gateway. Option C, application server. Option D, repository. Option E, backgrounder. Option F, data server. Correct answer is option A, C, E and option F. Next question is the TSM status page in the TSM UI shows you the state of server processes. Which two processes can be found where here but are not located in the Tableau server status page? Option A, gateway. Option B, TSM controller. Option C, cache server. Option D, data server. Option E, license server. Correct answer is option B and option E. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. Question is which of the following are Cube data sources supported in Tableau? Select all. Option A, SAP NetWeaver Business Warehouse. Option B, Oracle ESS Base. Option C, Microsoft Analysis Service MSAS. Option D, SAP HANA. Option E, Microsoft Power Pivot. Option F, Teradata OLAP. Correct answer is option A, B, C and option F. Next question is select all the correct ways in which you can determine and view your Tableau server version. Option A, from the TSM command line using TSM version. Option B, from the REST API using tabcmd tabserve version. Option C, from the Tableau server web UI from the help menu and clicking the information icon. Correct answer is option A and option C. Next question is select all the correct statements that describe how Cube data sources affect Tableau functionalities. Option A, workbooks that use Cube data source cannot be published to Tableau online. Option B, workbooks that use Cube data source cannot be published to Tableau server. Option C, data source filters are not available for Cube data sources. Option D, data source filters are still available for Cube data sources. Correct answer is option A and option D. Next question is which Tableau server process is being described? Creates data extracts and processes queries Tableau's in-memory data engine technology. Option A, data engine. Option B, ask data. Option C, backgrounder. Option E, Search and browse. Option E. Application server. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, you go to the Tableau server status page to check on the status of the coordination service, but is not listed there. List all of the alternatives options where you can see the status of this process. Option A. Run the tsm CLI command tsm status v. Option B. Go to the Tableau Services Manager TSM status page. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, what is the highest level of access for Tableau Online? Option A. Server Administrator. Option B. Site Administrator Creator. Option C. Site Administrator Explorer. Option D. Explorer. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, select all the site roles that can be assigned to a person with an Explorer license. Option A. Server Administrator. Option B. Explorer. Option C. Explorer can publish. Option D. Read only. Option E. Site Administrator Explorer. Correct answer is option A, B, C, D and option E. Next question is, which of the following statements are correct about adding a load balancer to Tableau server? Select all. Option A. When a load balance is used, the URL accessed by users belongs to the load balancer, not the initial node. Option B. When a load balance is used, the URL accessed by users belongs to the initial node of Tableau server, not the load balancer. Option C. Unlike the repository process, which can be active or passive, all gateway processes are active. Option D. Like the repository process, which can be active or passive, the gateway process can behave in the same manner. Correct answer is option A and option C. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, backgrounders can be resource intensive and there are many ways in which you can optimize the backgrounder process in Tableau server. Which of the following is not a recommended action to optimize the backgrounder? Option A. Isolate backgrounder processes in its own node. Option B. Increase the number of instances on a specific node. Backgrounder is single-threaded and consumes a lot of computer power. By adding more instances to a node, you can increase the hash of jobs that can be run in parallel on that node. Option C. Ensure backgrounder and VIZQL are in the same node together to improve synergy and communication. Option D. Restricting users from manually running jobs. Option E. Separate the type of jobs that the backgrounder on a node does. Example, one node dedicated to running extract refreshes only. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, how can an administrator subscribe a user to a view? Option A. By using parameters in the view's embed code. Option B. By clicking subscribe on the view and then adding them to subscribe users. Option C, by clicking subscribe on the view and then clicking manage. Option D, by using URL parameters in the view share link. Correct answer is option B. Next question is true or false. In a multi-node cluster, you can use a combination of Linux and Windows operating systems in the nodes that comprise the cluster. Option A, true. Option B, false. Correct answer is false. Next question is true or false. The status page displayed in both the Tableau server Wave UI and the TSM Wave UI show all of the processes on a given node and lists the same exact Tableau server processes when you run the TSM CLI command TSM status V. Option A, false. Option B, true. Correct answer is false. Next question is true or false. During an external directory sync operation, users will be automatically removed in Tableau server if the user has been removed from the directory group. Option A, false. Option B, true. Correct answer is false. Next question is true or false. The Explorer site role can browse and interact with views and open the Wave authoring environment to implement changes in the view, but they cannot save their work. Option A, false. Option B, true. Correct answer is true. Next question is in the command tsm data access caching set R within bracket value, that value should be set if you want Tableau server to always get the latest data. Option A, always. Option B, active. Option C, 0. Option D, live. Correct answer is option A and option C. Next question is true or false. A job with a priority of 100 will run before a job with a priority of 10. Option A, false. Option B, true. Correct answer is false. Next question is with Kerberos delegation, Tableau server can use the Kerberos credentials of the viewer of a workbook or view to execute a query on behalf of the user. Select all the data sources where Tableau supports Kerberos delegation. Option A, SQL Server. Option B, Vertica. Option C, Oracle. Option D, SAP HANA. Option E, Teradata. Correct answer is option A, B, C and option E. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. Question is, which mandatory command should you run after you set and update configuration key values, otherwise the updates won't be applied? Option A, TSM config changes apply. Option B, TSM pending change apply now. Option C, TSM configuration apply now. Option D, TSM pending changes apply. Correct answer is option D. Next question is, select all the capabilities that the user can perform when commenting on a view in Tableau server. Option A. Sharing a snapshot of the view. Option B. Adding text comments. Option C. Mentioning colleagues using @. Option D. Uploading external .jpg and/or PDF files. Correct answer is option A, B and option C. Next question is, for jobs scheduled at the same time, which of the following task type will run first? Option A. Extract creation. Option B. Flow runs. Option C. Data-driven alerts. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, true or false? After setting a configuration key value using the tsm configuration set command, Tableau server will automatically update the configuration of your deployment. Option A. False. Option B. True. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, a user has been added to a site and explorer. However, the site has already met its role limit set by the server administrator for explorers. There are still available licenses at the higher tier. What will happen? Option A. The user will be added to the site with an explorer role, but will consume and count towards a creator license. Option B. The user will be added to the site as an unlicensed user. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, what will happen if the limit for a role is left blank? Option A. Tableau server will allocate the license to a site role in a round-robin fashion. Option B. The server license limit is used. Option C. Tableau server will not permit this operation and will generate an error. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, when will Tableau server cache the results of queries to improve performance? Select all. Option A. When the corresponding extract refresh task is run. Option B. An algorithm regularly caches the queries on a regular cadence without user intervention. Option C. When they are first viewed by a user on Tableau server. Correct answer is option A and option C. Next question is, which of the following is not part of the Explore template of capabilities that can be configured for workbooks? Option A. Overwrite. Option B. Download full data. Option C. Wave edit. Option D. Share customized. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, permissions determine how users can interact with content such as workbooks and data sources. Select the correct options where permissions can be configured in Tableau server. Option A. REST API. Option B. TSM command line interface. Option C. Permission dialog in the Tableau server UI. Option D. TSM Wave UI. Option E. Tab CMD. Correct answer is option A and option C. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, which of the following statements correctly describe how a user's site role will be affected by synchronizing with an external Active Directory group? Select all. Option A. A user's site role can be demoted but never promoted based on the minimum site role setting. Option B. A user site role can be promoted but never demoted based on the minimum site role setting. Option C. If you don't set a minimum site role, new users are added as unlicensed by default. Option D. If you don't set a minimum site role, Tableau server will generate an error and the user will not be added. Correct answer is option B and option C. Next question is, what happens when you delete a user in Active Directory and then perform a sync operation on that user's group with Tableau server? Select all. Option A. The user's role is set to unlicensed. Option B. The user will still be able to sign into Tableau server with access to everything that the all user group can do. Option C. The user is unable to sign in to Tableau server. Option D. The user is removed from the Tableau server group you synchronized. Option E. The user will still belong to the all users group. Correct answer is option A, C, D and option E. Next question is, fill in the blanks. By default, a subscription is suspended after consecutive failures, resulting in the email not being sent. Option A, 5. Option B, 3. Option C, 2. Option D, 4. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which of the following statements correctly describe the concept of project leaders and project owners as it relates to project ownership? Option A. A project can have multiple project leaders, but each project has exactly one owner. Option B. A project can have multiple project owners, but each project has exactly one leader. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which of the following types of logos and headers can be customized with the TSM command? TSM customize. Select all. Option A, window tab logo. Option B, server name. Option C, header logo. Option D, sign in logo. Correct answer is option B, C and option D. Next question is, true or false? Server administrators do not count against site role limits. Option A, true. Option B, false. Correct answer is true. Next question is, which Tableau Services Manager TSM command customizes the look and feel of Tableau server? Option A, TSM customize. Option B, TSM config design. Option C, TSM custom set. Option D, TSM customization set. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, it is common knowledge that users granted the Explorer can publish site role with an Explorer license can publish workbooks using existing data sources but cannot connect to external data and create new data sources. What happens if a user with an Explorer license is granted the server administrator site role? Option A. A server administrator with an Explorer license still cannot connect to external data and create new data sources. Option B. A server administrator with an Explorer license can now connect to external data and create new data sources. Option C. This site role isn't allowed to be assigned to the Explorer license to begin with. Correct answer is option A. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, given the following signs, how should you optimize Tableau server? The backgrounder process consistently has a high percentage of processor time, VIZQL has a low percentage of processor time, even during peak traffic hours. Option A. Optimize for user traffic. Option B. Optimize for extract refreshes. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, select all the capabilities that both the Explorer can publish and Explorer site role can do. Option A. Overwrite. Option B. Set permissions. Option C. Download summary data. Option D. Download full data. Option E. View comments. Correct answer is option C, D and option E. Next question is, select the correct statement below. Assume that the project content permissions are set to customizable. Option A. If there are nested projects, permissions at the parent level take precedence over permissions at the child level. Option B. If there are nested projects, permissions at the child level take precedence over permissions at the parent level. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, which of the following server settings can be customized? Option A. Local only. Option B. Language only. Option C. Both language and local. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, which Tableau server process is responsible for external directory synchronization? Option A. Backgrounder. Option B. Cluster controller. Option C. Data server. Option D. TSM controller. Option E. Client file service. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which of the following statements is correct about Tableau server's capability to send alerts and email notifications? Option A. To send outbound email, you need to configure the Tableau server mail notifications process. Option B. To send outbound email, Tableau server must connect to the SMTP server, which is a process stored within a Tableau server deployment. Option C. To send outbound email, Tableau server must connect to a separate mail server, known as the SMTP server. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, select all the statements that accurately describe the wave edit capability of the viewer and explorer site role. Option A. Explorers can be given the wave edit capability but cannot publish or save their work. Option B. Explorers can be given the wave edit capability with the ability to publish or save their work. Option C. Viewers can be given the wave edit capability but cannot publish or save their work. Option D. Viewers can never wave edit. Correct answer is option A and option D. Next question is, which of the following Tableau products are available for an end user to use with a creator license? Option A. Tableau Public. Option B. Tableau Prep Builder. Option C. Tableau Server. Option D. Tableau Desktop. Correct answer is option A, B, C and option D. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Question is, which of the following statements is correct about where you can configure site role limits? Option A. You can configure site role limits through the settings page in the Wave UI or through the REST API. Option B. You can configure site role limits through the settings page in the Wave UI or through the TSM Wave UI. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which of the following is the correct statement about site roles that can manage the licenses and site roles in Tableau server? Option A. Server administrators and site administrators can create site role limits to set a maximum number of licenses of each type, creator, explorer, or viewer, that can be consumed on a given site. Option B. Server administrators can create site role limits to set a maximum number of licenses of each type, creator, explorer, or viewer, that can be consumed on a given site. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, what happens if you import users to the server but not to a specific site? Option A. The users are not assigned to a particular site and will be unlicensed. Option B. Tableau server will generate an error and will not complete the operation. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which of the following capabilities are allowed for a viewer site role? Select all. Option A. Can set data-driven alerts. Option B. Can wave edit content. Option C. Can subscribe to views and download as images or summary data. Option D. Can see published views others have created. Correct answer is option C and option D. Next question is, the Run Now setting can be used to allow or block users from manually triggering extract refreshes. Which of the following is the correct statement about its default configuration in Tableau server? Option A. By default, this option is set to allow users to run jobs manually. Option B. By default, this option is set to deny users from running jobs manually. Correct answer is option A. Next question is true or false. If a user is a member of multiple sites in one Tableau server deployment, then that user will consume two licenses. Option A, false. Option B, true. Correct answer is false. Next question is true or false. The overwrite capability allows a user to save over an existing piece of content. When the user does this, they become the new owner of the content. Option A, true. Option B, false. Correct answer is true. Next question is given the following signs, how should you optimize Tableau server? During peak traffic hours, resource utilization for memory is consistently high. Spikes in user traffic affect load times for views. Option A. Optimize for user traffic. Option B. Optimize for extract refreshes. Correct answer is option A. Next question is true or false. If the server is configured to use Active Directory for authentication, user passwords are managed by Active Directory. So you can leave the password field in the CSV file blank when importing the users. Option A, false. Option B, true. Correct answer is true. Today we are covering Tableau Server Certified Associate SCA. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. Question is, select all the correct circumstances in which a user can be assigned in the unlicensed site role. Option A. A user who owns content on the site was removed. Option B. The Tableau product key has expired. Option C. A user is imported from a CSV file and their license label is set to unlicensed. Option D. The licensing server process is down. Option E. The number of available licenses has reached its limit at the time the user was added. Correct answer is option A, B, C and option E. Next question is, which TSM command is being described? Clears the initial admin user so that you can enter a new one. After running this command, you must return tab cmd initial user to create a new initial admin. Option A, TSM reset. Option B, TSM restart. Option C, TSM reload. Option D, TSM recommence. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which TSM command should you run to show help for all TSM commands? Option A, TSM assist. Option B, TSM. Option C, TSM help. Option D, TSM list commands. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, select the correct Tableau server monitoring tool that is being described. A point-and-run load and performance testing tool specifically designed to work easily with Tableau Server, used to inform scalability and capacity needs for Tableau Server, used to establish a baseline for server performance and test deployments before pushing them to product environments. Option A, Tab Mond. Option B, Tab Jolt. Option C, Scout. Option D, Replayer. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, the Tableau Server repository is a post-GRE SQL database that stores data about all user interactions, extract refreshes, and more. You can use Tableau Desktop to connect to and query the Tableau Server repository using two built-in users. Select the two users types that allow you to access the database tables and views. Option A, read only. Option B, view only. Option C, Tableau. Option D, Tab Server. Correct answer is option A and option C. Next question is, which Tableau Server administrative view shows you which views are the most expensive in terms of server performance? It also features two key metrics, average load time and exact load time. Option A, stats for load times. Option B, performance of views. Option C, traffic to views. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which Tableau Server administrative view displays how long it takes for views to load and how many sessions are running at a time on the server? Option A, traffic to views. Option B, performance of views. Option C, background task delay. Option D, stats for load times. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, which Tableau API should you use to satisfy the following requirements? Programmatic access to work with content, users, sites, etc. Updating workbooks or data sources, automating management of users and groups, integrating Tableau with a custom app or web portal. Option A, Webhooks API. Webhooks API. Option B, REST API. Option C, Extensions API. Option D, Metadata API. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, you can configure an embedded Tableau view using which of the following two methods? Option A, object parameters for iframe tags. Option B, URL parameters for iframe tags. Option C, object parameters for JavaScript tags. Option D, object parameters for PHP tags. Correct answer is option B and option C.